Continuing on with can we taco tongue or evil eyebrow, we're now going to analyze if these two events are independent, and we're going to take a look at conditional probability as well. So we're using the same data that we made up in the previous video, where we have people can either taco tongue, evil eyebrow, both, or neither. We did a Venn diagram last class as well. And we're going to start off reminding ourselves of the question we did last time. We're going to start off with find the probability that when we choose someone at random, they can do taco tongue or they can do evil eyebrow. And so to do that, we're going to use our formula here, our addition rule, probability of A or B, which would be the probability of A, which we can say is taco tongue, plus the probability of B, which we can say is that evil eyebrow. And we're going to have to subtract the probability of both, and we'll review why in a second here. So probability of taco tongue, yes, taco tongue, is there going to be how many people can do taco tongue? It's going to be that 8 and 5 for a total of 13 out of everyone, 30. And then next, we're going to find the probability of evil eyebrow. So here's our yes, evil eyebrow. It looks like the 8 and 10 for a total of 18 out of 30. And notice when we did that, we used the 8 both times. So we're going to have to subtract out that 8 because we used it twice when we talked about the probability of yes, taco tongue, or the yes of evil eyebrow, as you can see by those arrows there. So we'll subtract out that 8, and we do 13 plus 18 to get 31. Minus 8 gives us 23 out of 30 people can do taco tongue or evil eyebrow or both. So another way I like to look at that is just answer the question. Can somebody do taco tongue or evil eyebrow? So we start here with that 8. Can they do taco tongue or evil eyebrow? Yeah, they can do both. This 10, can they do taco tongue or evil eyebrow? Yeah, they can do evil eyebrow. This 5, can they do either? Yeah, they can do taco tongue. This 7, can they do either? No, they can't. So I'm not going to include them. So another way to get that 23 would be to take 10 plus 8 plus 5. That'll also get us to 23. And when we looked at our Venn diagram last time, those 3 numbers were the 3 numbers inside the Venn diagram, because we said this was yes, taco tongue, and yes, evil eyebrow. So that sometimes will happen to be the case where the 3 numbers we're looking for are inside the Venn diagram there, and we can just pick it up pretty easily. All right, enough for a review. Let's use this data and figure out if these 2 events are independent. So we want to figure out, are they independent? So we're going to determine if they're independent by figuring out whether or not one event, knowing one event occurred, changes the probability that the other event occurs. So what we're going to do is we're going to first, we're going to look at people who can do evil eyebrow. So people who can do evil eyebrow, can they also do taco tongue? And then we're going to look at people who can't do evil eyebrow. So people who can't do it, can they do taco tongue? And if that's the same percentage, then we'll know that the 2 events are independent, because being able to do one doesn't affect you being able to do the other. So let's find out. So we're going to start with, given the person can do evil eyebrow. So we're just looking at the people who can do evil eyebrow. So those 18 people, what's the probability that they can do taco tongue? So we're going to take the people who are yes, taco tongue, and yes, evil eyebrow. And we're going to divide that by just the people who are yes, evil eyebrow. So notice we are changing our denominator here. We're not just taking it out of 30, but instead we're now taking it out of just those people who can do evil eyebrow, which is 18. 8 divided by 18, we want as a fraction. We got that. Decimal and a percentage. That's going to be 0.4 repeating, which will be approximately 44%. So that word given is important. We'll come back to that once we've done the second problem, this 4. Now we're just going to focus on people who cannot do evil eyebrow. So focusing on these 12 people here, So we're going to, now our new denominator is cannot do evil eyebrow. How many of those people can do taco tongue? 5 of them can. So this is yes, taco tongue, and no evil eyebrow. And that'll give us 5 out of 12, which is about 0.416, which we can say is 41.6, maybe 41.7%. So if these two events were independent, meaning that one didn't affect the other, then these should be the same, but they're a little different. They're not very far off, but they are different by about 2%. So that means that these events are not independent. And that's what we're going to write down on the bottom here. So no, being able to evil eyebrow increases the chance of being able to do taco tongue by a few percent. And that's just this class's data. So maybe another class it'll be exactly the same, maybe another class will be completely different, and then we'll probably know that's not independent at all if it's completely different. All right, I'm going to pause, and then in the next video, we're going to use some data here and then kind of finalize our answers and then write down our important ideas on page 11.